Jermell Charlo defeat Tony Harrison by TKO in the 11th round. But before we start, hey man, you see, I got my belts back. You need a ride? Hell yeah, man. Let's go. What the hell? Alright man, thank you again for your support for starting on this video. Go ahead and subscribe and smash the like button so you don't miss your latest boxing news. Tony Harrison versus Jermell Charlo. The rematch has lived up to the hype. Oh my god, what a fight. And I gotta take my hat off to Tony Harrison, and I gotta take my hat off to Jermell Charlo. He has his belts back. You heard him earlier, and you know he feels like rejuvenated, and he's feeling happy, as you can see in the post conference and everything. He feels so happy that even though that he let us know that he didn't like Tony Harrison, he gave him his due respect, and he must, because oh my god, he was having a tough night. And even though if the fight would go to the scorecards, I don't know how the judges had Charlo ahead for such many points even before the knockdowns. But I'm glad that Charlo himself didn't put himself in the spot like that, and he finished this fight with knocking out his opponent Tony Harrison. Now, putting all that to the side, let's actually talk about how this fight broke down. In the first round, we could see how Jermell Charlo came out super aggressive in this fight, but Tony Harrison kept it cool, he kept himself composed, and he kept the perfect distance to avoid Charlo to come to him effectively. He would just keep his jab, and if Charlo will come in without his jab, coming swinging with a haymaker, Tony Harrison would just close the distance and tie him in the inside. And if he was just a little bit too far away, then he would just step out or step back, avoiding Charlo's shot. Then he was also very effective counter attacking Charlo as well. I noticed very quick the punch stat was being a little unfair with Tony Harrison, even though the commentators were on point talking about what really was happening in the fight. But when you would look at the counts of the punch stats, it was telling you another story, but you knew what really was going on. In round 2, Charlo continued to come forward being aggressive, but this time he was leading with his head, and he was being very wild, and Tony Harrison was taking advantage of all these mistakes that Charlo was making. I mean, he was being on point with his jab, and then we started to experience some crazy exchanges in between fighters. I mean, I'm gonna tell you, man, Charlo was just blessed that Tony Harrison is not the biggest puncher, because he was getting hit with some shit there, and I guess thanks to his athleticism and conditioning and good shins that he has, he was able to take all them shots. But I'm just wondering what would happen when a stronger, bigger opponent will start landing them shots. Then later at the round, when they were exchanging in these big exchanges, Charlo cut Harrison with a right hand that put Harrison down on the canvas, due to, of course, also lack of balance, but he did also clip Harrison, to be fair. In round 3, Jermell Charlo was again coming in wild with no jab, but a little more effective due to his aggressiveness. But Tony remained very composed, and he started working very good, hitting Charlo so hard that made his own mouthpiece fly out his mouth. You know, people even started chanting Tony, Tony, Tony by the end of the round 3. In round 4, Tony was looking so comfortable that even his trainer said in that little interview in the round that they don't even need an adjustment at the moment, that Charlo is doing everything they want him to do. And they were talking the truth because they were being very effective in the counterattack against Jermell Charlo. In round 5, Jermell Charlo was continuing to come forward without using his jab, throwing haymakers without setting up, missing miserably. Even Derek James came saying during that little interview as well in round 5 that Charlo needed to do more movement and he needed to throw more jabs, and I couldn't agree more. Now, when the 6th round started, the first thing that the commentators said was that he was wondering if Charlo was actually winning rounds other than the 2nd round, and most likely when they say that, it's because they see Charlo is being taken to school, But at the same time, that's when I noticed that the punch stat was not being really fair with the count. I mean, I myself counted 6 punches in a row, and they did not give credit to Harrison for not one of them, and that was crazy to me. During rounds 7 and 8, Harrison started to dog Charlo in the inside and started to take the fight to him, cutting the ring on him and landing the most effective combinations on Charlo when he had him against the ropes. By round 9, Jermell Charlo was not being aggressive anymore, and neither he was being effective, and he was looking like Tony Harrison was starting to be the one to walk Jermell Charlo down. I mean, even in the 10th round, commentators starting to say that Jermell Charlo needed a big 3 successful rounds if he wanted to win this fight. By round 11, it was more of the same story, but I was shocked because I never saw an elite tap-on adjustment coming from Jermell Charlo and Derek James' team. I mean, I don't know what to think. Derek James did say in between rounds that they needed more movement and more jabs, but what does that mean? If he knows really what to do, then why Charlo was not doing it? Was he telling the same story to Charlo in the corner, or was Charlo just simply not following instructions? Well, but thanks to Jermell Charlo's incredible stamina and durability and conditioning and athleticism, he was able to deliver the punch of the gods onto Tony Harrison, delivering an amazing left hook in between exchanges that left Tony Harrison unbalanced and very hurt, and had to go down because he had no choice. After Charlo seeing that he was able to hurt Harrison in the late round, he jumped on him like the lion that he claimed he is, and was able to finish him with a devastating exchange that put him down again for the 3rd time. And at this time I was thinking this fight is gonna get stopped, but somehow, some way, the referee let it go. But it was one of them situations that I'ma let it go because you're the champion, but if I see 1 or 2 more punches landing on you, whether you okay or not, I'ma stop it. And that's exactly what happened in the 11th round when the referee stopped the fight. Some people is calling it unfair. I'm calling it okay. Maybe he saved his career, and after all this death that we have been having during the past year, you know what? I cannot complain. Good job to the referee. Congratulations to Jermell Charlo, to Tony Harrison. Keep your head up. You are a hell of a fighter, and you have another shot. Perhaps you should look into a rematch with the guy that defeated you the first time. I'm sorry, I forgot his name right now, but at the end of the day, I would love to see him again. And this fight just brings more questions to when it comes to Jermell Charlo. Was there an adjustment to be made? Yes, there was a lot of adjustment that he needed to be made. It made me answer the Derek James capabilities in the corner when he got fighters like Tony Harrison. What's up? I don't see no adjustment when these fighters fight fighters that they are effective coming forward. They seem to not able to adjust in the boxing chess match, and they make these fights that could be way easier. A whole World War III. Me as a fan, I love it, but the truth is that when you fight like this, you are exposing yourself and letting other great fighters out there in or around your division what your weaknesses are, and that for sure is not good for your career. So I hope to see some adjustments in your male Charlo for his next fight, and hopefully he can become a better fighter. That's all I got for you. Don't forget to smash the like button and go ahead and comment if you agree or disagree, or you want to hate on some comment. Go ahead, we love hate around here. So and most importantly, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss your latest boxing news.